Hi guys, how's it going? Today's video is a continuation from my last video about dreams and forget your dream. And I want to just kind of piggyback a little bit on that, well, not about forgetting it, because in that video I also mentioned that whenever I have a dream, it holds message. And it's not just me. Most of us are, or maybe all of us, our dreams hold messages. Sometimes maybe we just don't understand what it's trying to tell us, and that's okay. Like for me, I normally would Google it because a friend of mine, I used to always just tell her, like, I had a dream and the dream was about, and if she know what it was about, she would explain it to me best she knows how, or she told me just Google it. And that's what I used to do. I would just, Google my dream. But also normally whenever I wake up from my dream, I just lay there and mull over it in my head, you're watching TV, just like, yeah, that's what I normally would do. Just lay there with it, let it marinate for a little bit and keep it going before I even like touch my phone or anything like that, because usually I have multiple dreams, and so I have to sit there and mull over every last one of them, because I don't usually forget my dreams, because like I said, they hold messages that is of things that is going to happen or things that is happening currently. And I just want to I'm just going to share a few of my dreams with you. So I remember this was a few years ago. One Saturday morning, I was at work and I had a dream. It was like around 6, like after 6 in the morning, going to 7. I fell asleep on the couch at work, and I had a dream. I was at the airport with my daughter, and while at the airport, there was a hole in the floor at the airport, and Kevin Hart, actor Kevin Hart, forced himself in the hole. And I was looking at him like, why would you do that? But Kevin Hart is a funny guy. But he got stuck in the hole, and nobody at the airport would help him. Nobody. Like, people would just come, just go by him. Nobody would offer help. And I was like, this is weird. Why nobody want to help him? So I took my daughter and we went outside, because there were 2 fruit stands outside the airport. And I was like, let's go get some fruits. And then I woke up from the dream and I was like, what the hell kind of dream was that? Why am I dreaming about Kevin Hart? Like, I've never met him. I don't know him. Right? So then my husband called me, was like, he got into an accident. And I'm like, you got into an accident? And he was like, yeah, in New York. And I was trying to deliver a load in New York at a Target, but I guess he was trying to go under a bridge. So I was like, why didn't you check to make sure you have enough clearance? Because usually the bridges display the clearance at the entrance of the bridge. Like, you didn't check it, why didn't you do that? But he was like, yeah, the bridge said it had clearance, but the further under the bridge he goes, the clearance lessen. And that's how he ended up getting stuck. So he's been there for over an hour waiting for the cops to come to help him out so he could leave up out of there, because as a CDL driver, he cannot just leave an accident, that's big shit. And I was like, that was my dream. That was Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart got stuck in the hole. Now my husband got stuck under a bridge. So I was like, you've been there for over an hour and the cops not coming. You call them, just report it to your company and get up out of there. It's Saturday. You don't want to be stuck out on the weekend. Come home. So that was just one dream. And last week, I think it was last week, Wednesday or so, I my daughter on the bus for school, and I came back. Normally, I put her on the bus at like 6:45 in the morning, and then I'll get home about 6:50, sometimes 6:48, depending. And I'll go back to sleep, and I'll wake up around 10:30, 11:30, somewhere in there. And I had a dream. I was on an airplane, and I was sitting next to this guy, and the guy was like, I don't know why I came on this plane, like it's about to crash. And I'm like, boy, if you don't shut up, like, why would you say that? It's not gonna crash. He was like, you don't know. Yes, it's gonna crash. The plane's gonna. And I'm like, it's not gonna crash. I'm here. I love to fly. The fact that I'm here, we good. We safe. It's not gonna crash. Then I woke up. Woke up later that day. I was scrolling through Facebook, and when I was on Facebook, I saw from the local, because I followed the local news channel. I know, weird, right? I followed the local news channel on Facebook. So I seen they made a post about an airplane crash, and like 11 people got stranded in the ocean. They survived the crash, and they was stranded or is stranded in the ocean. I was like, wow. So then I was like, I showed it to my husband. He was like, I don't even know why I'm surprised with you and your dreams anymore, because like for as long as I've known you, like whatever you dream always come to fruition. And it's so weird because sometimes some stuff happen and I'm like, did I have a dream about that? Because it's this one guy that I follow on Instagram, and over the holidays, he had got in some trouble and he was arrested. And I was like, did I dream about that? Did I? I don't remember having a dream about that. Did I? And then right away, I heard, because I'm clairaudience, so whenever I say I hear, and I'm claircognizance, and I'm also clair sentient. So I just heard, you did. You remember that dream you had of the grocery store? You was inside the grocery store, and the stuff just kept going missing. And you and two other ladies were standing at the window in this grocery store. You guys were just standing there. Because you know how grocery stores just have these big glass that you could see outside. So me and these two other ladies, I don't know them. I didn't even see their face because the way we were standing in the supermarket, we was just looking outside of what was going on outside. And then I remember in the dream, I went outside and I went and got the baby because the baby was outside. And I was like, oh, that's about that. But I mean, I don't know what person went to jail. I don't know because I don't know this person in real life. It's just somebody, I just like his content and I follow him. So I was like, oh, I wonder what he did. But now he's out of jail. And he just, ever since he came out of jail, he hasn't been posting. And it's like, please post. I like your content. Keep posting. But that's that. And also, like, my dreams not always about me. It's very rare I ever get a dream about me. Well, I had a dream. This is the weirdest thing that has ever happened to me. And this was about 2001, 2002. I had a dream. I was waking up. It was a Saturday morning and I was waking up from my sleep. And I heard a voice like, and before you go. And then it's like I just fell back under. I just fell back asleep. And it was like, before you go, don't trust Steven. And then I was woken up from my sleep like, I was like, what the hell? So I laid there and I was like, Steven? Nuh-uh. Steven from work? He's the sweetest guy ever. Like, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't bother nobody. He doesn't get in drama. Like, So I was just laying there thinking, and then I heard, not Steven, Susan. And I was like, not her. Like, that's my homegirl. Like, she cool. Like, we get along. You know what I mean? Like, not her. But I was like, well, if my team tells me not to trust Susan, it's not to trust Susan. But I didn't listen. I did not listen. And the funny thing about that was, I remember my husband was telling me, and mind you, my husband don't know her, never met her, never seen her a day in his life. Because I would come home from work, whenever I work with her, I would come home and I'll tell my husband about, because we always tell each other about our day at work. And I would come home and I would tell him, like, oh yeah, I work with Susan today, I like working with her, because like working with her, the time just go by so fast because we just knock everything out and we get everything done. I always just sing this lady praises. I don't have nothing bad to say about her. Nothing. Because she don't do anything. She's just sweet. She's sweet. Like, she's the kind of person, she come in with food and she'll be like, all are invited. Like, she's a really good person. Like I said, I have nothing against her. But several times before I had the dream, he told me he has a bad feeling about her. I should stay away from her. Don't trust her. But I didn't listen. Then Susan went and set my little ass up at work. I almost got fired. I don't know how I beat that one, but I ended up not getting fired. They ended up dropping it and everything. And then Susan, she apologized. I forgave her. And we good. Then, like I said earlier, I'm hella clear cognizance, hella clear sentient. I just kept having this feeling like every time I'd be around her, or sometimes she'll call me in my home or whatever, or I'll call her, I just have this bad feeling like, why are you still talking to her? I don't have words. I don't have human words to explain the kind of feeling I'd get to like just not talk to her. So I was just like, I was saying to my daughter, like, you know what? I think I just need to stop talking to this lady, because every time I try to have a conversation with her or I'm around her, I just feel weird. Like, I can't. She was like, Mom, you don't listen. Dad don't know her and Dad warned you about her, and you still, you're still friends with her. She set you up and you're still friends with her. Like, why? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I cut her off. I just cut her off. And I don't have anything. I still don't have no ill will against her. Nothing. Because like I said, she's not a bad person, even though she set me up. I still like her, but as my daughter said, like, how many warnings do you need to stay away? So yeah, I just cut her off. And, that's that. I wish her all the best. I really do. And this, I want to also share. I remember I used to always see my grandmother, my mother's mother, in my dream. She'd just appear, but she'd be quiet. She wouldn't say anything. And me, I'm the kind of person, when I dream, I'm aware that I'm dreaming. Like, I know that I'm dreaming, but even though I know that I'm dreaming, while I'm in the dream currently, I won't interact. I would like, kind of like remote viewing. I just stand there and just pay attention to what's going on, and then I'll just like mull it over with myself. To myself, I won't just like, because I've seen videos where people be like, while they're dreaming, and they'll see something that they know shouldn't be there, and they'll just be like, hey, I don't do that in my dream. I don't know why I don't do anything. Like, that's the next thing too. Like, why don't I ever interact? I just stand there and I just observe. And my grandmother used to be in my dreams. I would see her, and because she passed in 2009, and I started seeing her in my dreams in 2013 to 14, and she would never say anything, and I would be so confused, like, why don't she ever speak to me? She's just there. And I remember one day I couldn't take it no more, and I called my mom, And I was saying to my mom, like, I keep seeing my grandma in my dream, and she's not saying anything. She's not doing anything. She's just there. And my mom was like, well, when you go to sleep later tonight, ask her why she's not doing anything, why she's not saying anything, why she's just there. So I went to sleep, and there she was. So I went over to ask her, why don't you ever say nothing? Why don't you just there? You know, that lady did not answer me. And that was the last time I've ever seen her in my dream. I do not see her again ever since then. So I was like, you know what? Thank you, Mother. Thank you so much. Next time I know not to ask you anything. And it's kind of like, she left me because of you. I mean, and another thing too, I noticed that I do sometimes, but not very often. Like, I'll be dreaming, and then I'll have to pee, and then I'll wake up. It's as if, like, right before I wake up, it's as if, you know, you just pause the TV. I just pause the dream, go use the bathroom, come back, lay down, and just press play as if nothing ever happened. I just picked up right where I left off, and I was like, but it's not something I can do all the time. I wish I could control it. I so wish I could. Because that is so cool. Because, like, there have been times where I'm dreaming and somebody will wake me out of my dream. My husband, because he just, I swear, sometimes he don't like to see me sleep. And he'll just come and, babe, are you awake? And I'm like, if I was awake, would I be laying down? Yeah, knowing me, yeah, I would. But I feel like that's a crazy question, right? Like, why would you see somebody eyes closed, laid out? Are you asleep? No, I'm not playing with you. So, and then, like, and I feel like that always happened right when I'm dreaming. And whenever that happened, but I guess, like, because somebody's waking me up, why I probably can't just pick up where I left off versus, you know, I had to get up, you know, maybe that's it. I don't know. Because, like I said, if I have to pee, which is, I rarely ever wake up during the night to use the bathroom, because I don't eat or drink anything past 6 o'clock. Like, that's my cutoff. So it's very rare that I need to get up to use the bathroom at night when I sleep. Or even if I take a nap during the day, it's very rare for me to use the bathroom. Probably that's why I can pick up right where I left off in the dream as if nothing ever happened, versus if somebody wake me up out of my sleep, then that dream is lost. I mean, I remember it, you know, because like I said, if if I sleep like this, then I will not remember the dream. But as long as I'm not like this, the dream comes, you know, I will remember it. Because I've remembered dreams I've had since I was a kid. Because it's things. It's always something. And then sometimes too, I question myself, like, why me? Why do I get messages? And I don't always only get messages in my dreams about people. I get, like, little flashes of things that's gonna happen. Because other day, I was waiting for my friend, because I loaned her my car, and I was waiting for her to come, because she was returning my car to me, and then I would take her to the shop to go get her car back from the mechanic. And I was sitting in my living room waiting for her to come, because I know she was on her way to my house. And I had a flash of her aunt, but the flash that I saw, it was so quick, and the aunt looked so sad. So when she came, I was like, yeah, because I'm the kind of person, it depending, I won't say stuff to people. Usually I just tell my husband, and, you know, that's it. But, like, because people are weird. So some people I just won't tell certain things. And I seen a flash of her aunt and she was sad. So when she came and I got in the car, I was like, hey, how's your aunt? Is she good? She was like, I was just about to tell you something. I was like, yeah, like, man, she's going through it right now. And da 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 da. Like, ooh. But I didn't tell her I saw a flash because she's like a very religious person, and religious people, whenever you try to tell them anything spiritual about spirituality or anything spiritual, period, they feel like you're demonic. And I don't have that kind of time or energy to try to talk to nobody about anything. You hold your belief, I hold my belief. We don't have to, we can be cool, but you don't have to believe what I believe, and that's okay with me. Things stood out to you, or you can relate to anything, comment below, let me know, and we can keep the conversation going. I want to hear from you. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. Bye.